Okay, so back again with question 3. A researcher measured the foot lengths of a random sample of 10-year-old children. The lengths are summarized in the table below. Find the probability that a child chosen at random has a foot length less than 17 centimeters. Okay, so firstly, let me make sure that I know which ones are less than 17, and it's going to be these ones here. These are the ones who have foot lengths of less than 17. I can see that by looking at the intervals. So that as a proportion of the total. So I don't quite know what the total is, so let's go ahead and add those up together. Okay, and I've got 120 for the total. So the probability that the foot length is less than 17. So I'm going to need the total, and what we have here is 52 plus 5 over 120, 57 over 120. You can reduce that, you can turn it to a decimal if you like. Okay, rather nice for 3 marks. Okay, find the probability that a child chosen at random has a foot length between 12 centimeters and 18 centimeters. So once again, we want to try and just indicate exactly which ones we're talking about. So in between 12 and 18, I'm definitely going to include these, but only some of the next interval. What's nice here is that 18 is exactly halfway between 17 and 19. So I'm going to want half of this group, just half of them, and half of 30 is 15. All right, so once again, the probability that the foot length is in between 12 and 18 is going to equal 52 plus 15, all out the 120. 67 over 120. I don't think that reduces. 67 is a prime number, and that'll be 0.5584 to 4 decimal places. The assumption that we've made here is that actually half of them were in the first half of the interval 17 to 19, and half of them were in the second half. Even more than that, what we've assumed is that each of the values in that interval are evenly distributed from the beginning of the interval to the end of the interval. Okay, so there's our assumption that the values are evenly spread within the interval. You could have said evenly distributed, uniformly spread, uniformly distributed. Either of those would get you the credit, and that will be all of your marks for that question.